Today we will talk about World War II, or more specifically about the 10 countries that lost more population during this global conflict. Now, let's pass to our presenter, Demian Guzman.
Number 10. The Philippines. So, the islands were a protectorate of the United States by 1941, and during World War II, the Japanese army invaded the islands, causing thousands of deaths due to starvation or the bloody battles that happened. And the total deaths are estimated just over 1 million, or the 6% of the population.
Let's continue with our former Republic of Yugoslavia. This nation was formed by what today would be Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, Slovenia, and Kosovo. During the World War II, the country suffered a terrible occupation by the Axis powers and the bombing of its capital, Belgrade. This resulted in over 1.4 million lost lives.
Number 8. French and Indochina. These are French colonies supported the Allied forces during World War II, and they suffered many deaths during the cruel invasion by part of Japan. The conflict in the French Indochina continued long after the end of the World War II, until 1954 when Vietnam divided into two different countries, setting the preamble for the Vietnam's War in the 70s.
Japan was an Axis power who fought in World War II. During this conflict, he mainly fought the United States. This ended in only deaths from the atomic bombs and a total loss of 2.7 million people. With a population of 70 million in 1939, this meant for Japan about a 4% reduce in their population.
6. India. This British-controlled territory fought in the side of the Allies during the war. The Indians suffered over 2 million losses, or about 0.57% of their population. However, India suffered internal conflicts as their leader Mahatma Gandhi and a superior population gained independence from the UK in 1947.
The Dutch East Indies. In 1942, the military power Japan invaded the islands following its expansionist politic. Due to the terrible blockade and imprisonment of soldiers, Indonesia lost about 4 million soldiers, or about 6% of its population. However, the Dutch control over Indonesia ceased to exist and the country gained independence 4 years later.
Number 4. Poland. This Eastern European country was relatively new, but had suffered a lot of trouble due to its geographic location. Being in the middle of the Third Reich and the Soviet Union, suffered an invasion in 1939. And being the second largest Jew country, about 3.3 million Jews died to the concentration camps. And the total deaths are about 6 million people, or the quarter part of the population.
Germany ranks third in this list. The leader of the Axis powers, which contained parts of Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland, faced the bloodiest battles in history. The Führer Adolf Hitler and its officials ordered the extermination of over 6 million Jews and sent over 8 million troops to its death, or about 10% of the German population.
Number 2. China. In times of World War II, China was under great changes. Mao Zedong and the revolutionaries could turn the country into a communist regime. So, during the Japanese invasion and the consequences of the war, such as starvation or diseases, over 20 million Chinese lost their lives. Although their military did not involve in a major conflict during war, but China ended up being second in this list.
Finally, the country that lost more people is the Soviet Union. This country lost over 27 million people in World War II. Facing the Germans in Stalingrad resulted in over 2 million losses. This battle is considered the worst against humanity. We respect the memory of all who died in World War II.